What's up, people? This is the last show for 2023. We going into 2024, so I'm gonna give you one more show before the year is out. I wanted to do that. This is something that's going to touch on some of the Negroes we got to get away from on 2024. Some of these Negroes like Roland Pinball Head Martin. Yeah, because these are Negroes that are nothing but like shills for the Democratic Party. So he's not about getting any resources for black people, right? So you're never going to hear him talking about reparations or any resources for the black community, but he's going to shill for the immigration community. He's going to sit here and talk on this video how immigration pretty much never affected black employment and black community. I'm going to break a few things down and give you some they're going to think they're giving you some historical points here, but I'm going to give you some historical points in my era after what they're talking about or what actually happened in places like California where they completely the immigrants, illegal immigrants, completely replaced the black people in Los Angeles. The communities now that you see that are now Latino in Los Angeles used to be black, all black. They completely replaced us in these communities. And you're about to hear what these boot-licking punks are about to say. And we're going to break these. I can't, boy, these dudes right here, like we gotta do something different. You know what I'm saying? These are the cats right here. See, Rollie Pollie Martin is like Haitian or something. He's not even a foundational black American. So when we talk about reparations, he's one of them pinball head Negroes that be hating on black people because he ain't gonna get no reparations. You understand? So he's gonna fight against us getting reparations, and he's gonna act like he's about black people. And look at his attitude. His attitude is gonna be like, yeah, I hear people calling in talking about black people calling in, they taking our jobs. I don't believe that. They're telling you what's happening in their neighborhoods, you stupid bubble ball head Negro. Listen to these dudes, and we'll break it down.
In the doc executive order, Sarah Huckabee went to the podium and repeated the Stephen Miller line of just how devastating this is. These illegal immigrants are to black people. So I want to play this. This is what she said from the White House podium.
I think that it's a known fact that there are over 4 million unemployed Americans in the same age group as those that are DACA recipients, that over 950,000 of those are African American in the same age group, over 870,000 unemployed Hispanics in the same age group. Those are large groups of people that are unemployed that could possibly have those jobs.
Oh, the White House, they're saying we care about black people now.
Hey, look at this. Look at how he look. What you can say? This was in the Republican, I guess, Donald Trump. See, you have to get past all the dumb drama stuff like this bubble ball head Negro is doing. What she said was actually true. Even if you don't like the Republicans or like her, what she said was actually true. And look at this stupid Negro. Look how he responds to it. Let's go.
That's what they've been saying. And so on this issue of illegal immigration, look, when I had my radio show on WVON in Chicago, whenever immigration came up, a lot of black folks calling and saying, we're losing our jobs because of this. Well, is there actual
Well, is there actual truth to that? You see how he's so condescending towards black people? Black people calling up and telling him what they're seeing in their neighborhoods. They're telling him like, yo, we used to have these jobs. Now we they don't hire us for these jobs no more. They hire these illegal people now. They're telling him. And he is condescending like, yeah, I don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. Let's see if that's actually true. This is a Negro who talks like he's for black people. I can't stand him. He's one of the worst. I can't stand this dude. Let's continue.
Facts to that. And so I said, let's book a man, Bill Spriggs, Dr. Bill Spriggs, of course, a professor of economics, Howard University, also chief economist for the AFL.
Another boot licking, buck dancing, punk nigga, negro. You understand? That's who he is. Because he's not going to bring on nobody that's going to give you the side of the story that we're going to give you today. Let's continue.
CIO. So Bill, on that point, let's start with DACA first. The White House says here are all these people who don't have jobs in the same age group as the folks in DACA, and look at all the black people who don't have jobs. And Stephen Miller used the same line about a month earlier. What say you?
Well, I mean, this is clear on the historical facts. The big downturn for the black labor market occurred in the 1980s, in the early 1980s. So when the 1980s started, if you were a young black man and you had a college degree, you had the unemployment rate of white college-educated men, and you had the same earnings. But under Ronald Reagan, who undercut affirmative action and made clear he wasn't going to enforce it.
Mind you, let's start here. The real mass migration, immigration, that illegal immigration coming from the southern border didn't really kick off to like the 90s. So we're not really talking about the 80s. They didn't really kick off this complete across the border. Mind you, they're doing this because they want cheaper labor. So they don't want to pay the American people, especially the black Americans in these neighborhoods, for those same jobs. You understand what I'm talking about? So he is talking about a time before when it was kicking off, when they really put it in punch gear. Do you understand? Let's go.
The gap in unemployment for blacks reappeared, and by the end of his presidency, you were black. Had nothing to do with you went to college, finished high school, you were black.
Yes, you were black. And guess what? And the reason why you didn't get those same opportunities,
lawyers, should you really?
You didn't get those same opportunities. Excuse me. The reason why you didn't get those same opportunities was because that of the same white structure that kept you from those same opportunities that he's talking about. Okay? Hold on here, Hoss. Let's get back to this.
Yes. Well, is there actual facts to?
But under Ronald Reagan, who undercut affirmative action and made clear he wasn't going to enforce it, the gap in unemployment for blacks reappeared, and by the end of his presidency, you were black. Had nothing to do with you went to college, finished high school, you were black. Blacks also lost the largest share of union jobs during the 1980s. So that downturn.
And you want to know why? I'll tell you again. It was the white supremacy structure that made that happen, which is the same white supremacy structure that's bringing the immigrants into your neighborhoods to take all your resources and replace you. And replace the jobs that they used to give you so they can pay them cheaper labor. You stupid, slick back. Oh, let's go.
Had nothing to do with immigration. The 1990s, when we had the biggest wave of immigration, black unemployment went to record lows. Black income reached record highs. We have never had black unemployment lower for longer at the end of the 1990s, or black income as high as it was at the end of the 1990s. So just as a historical fact, just a basic fact check, you can't line up the history of immigration.
You can't line up the history of immigration. Shut up, boy. let me let y'all understand something. Be clear. We're talking about a process that started after the time that he is talking about. Do you understand? This is 2024 coming up. They had a 30-year process of bringing people in to try to replace you or to try to bring them in to undermine the employment system. You understand? Because see, all the wealthy people that have all of these farms and all of these big corporations, they don't want to pay you $30 an hour to do the same job that they can pay an immigrant $15 an hour or $12 an hour to do. Do you understand? They put that push in around that time after the time he's talking about. See, these are the type of clowns we got to deal with in our community. And in 2024, we got to X these old Negroes out. Do you understand? Let's continue.
In the late 20th century with the economic history of advancement for black people. So they don't line up.
So how do you deal, though, with this perception? And I've heard it from African Americans who say, when I look at people who are cutting grass or who are doing construction in various neighborhoods, black folks used to have those jobs. Now they are Latino. They say you go in the fast.
You hear this dude, right? He's telling you what black people are telling him. But apparently he like, forget what you Negroes are saying. We gonna bring some other stupid, slick, bald head Negro to come on and tell us something different. See, like I told you, Roland Bowling Face Martin is not a foundational black American. He is from Haitian. So these foreign Negroes come down and they be having a certain disdain for African Americans anyways. They act like they they try to separate themselves from us anyways. And if you look in the background, I should have did that. I should have looked into the background of this other Negro that he talking to. I will almost bet you he's from a foreign, dusty Negro background too. You understand? A foreign, dusty, tethered Negro. And I'm not talking about all foreign black people. I'm talking about dusty Negroes like this here who come in this country and undermine the black people who built this country. We talking about you specifically, you scumbags. Let's continue.
Food restaurants, and you'll see all Latinos working in a fast food restaurant when you used to see African Americans, and so that's what I hear from people, and that's really what the White House is saying.
Okay.
Yeah, but let's be clear what Doc is about. These are people who are going on to college.
Do you hear what he said? This is what I hear from the people, and that's what the White House is saying. But apparently, the White House is wrong, and the people don't know what the hell they talking about. These niggas. That's what Roland Martin. That's what he'll come in and tell you nigga don't know what you're talking about. You better come and vote for the Democrats. You so stupid. You don't even know how this works. He about to lose his whole standing because his only standing for the Democrats, his only use for the Democrats is to bring the black community to them to vote for them for nothing over and over again. That's not working no more. So they are not. They are more and more having less use for pinball head Negroes and scooter face Negroes like this too. They're having less use for these dudes. You understand? That's the reason why he's on YouTube. He used to work for CNN and all that. They got rid of that pumpkin face boy. And him and people like him, they're going to end up on YouTube. Still, after the Democrats and the establishment kicked them to the curb, they still going to be like, "Come, I can buck them just a little bit more. Give me another job. I can buck this just a little bit more for you." Let's continue.
Who are joining the military. So these are not people trying to scrub floors. They're not trying to be at a fast food restaurant. And there's a reality that
You heard what he just said. He was like, These are people who come in here to build, go to the military and go to school, and they're not trying to. He is one of these Negroes that, if he in a room full of black people, he should get his glasses slapped clean off his face. You should slap him like a, yeah. You should slap him like a, because if you hear what he's saying, these are people who are not trying to scrub floors. These are people who are going to the military and going to school. Like as if that's not what we did. Ain't nothing but black people in the military. We freaking fought in every single damn war you could imagine. The reason why any of these immigrants who ain't white could get into any of these schools is because we had to fight and die to get into those schools. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So if you actually know the history, you will have no choice but to look at stupid Negroes like this black. I can't believe you. You should get your cheeks stomped in every time you come around black people, just like Roland Martin. Let's continue.
Economy can't grow without population growth. So part of the reason it's difficult to disentangle the effects of immigrants on job opportunities is that their actual presence creates job opportunities. You don't have people grow, you don't have population grow, you don't have...
So you have proof, you're saying that there's no displacement of jobs between 800,000 people and another minority group who possibly could have these jobs. And we know sitting here that black women have one of the highest...
Listen to the sister. Let the sister talk. She probably the closest one on this panel. Maybe, let's continue, because I didn't even see all this video. Let's continue. You heard what she started off with. You trying to tell me all these people coming in, competing for the same jobs that black women and black men are competing for you. There's no effect with that. Is that what you stupid Negroes is saying? I had to take a black woman. It took a black woman to say, hold on. The hell are y'all talking about? Continue.
Percentage of advanced degrees in the country. Do you have any proof that it isn't the case? That they're not displacing African American jobs?
When you look at where they land, where immigrants land, which is not everywhere in the United States, and it doesn't map onto where black people live everywhere.
Right.
So when you make the comparison to where are immigrants and where they aren't, you see one thing in common. America loves to discriminate against black people.
Right.
So when you say we don't get a job, it doesn't make it, I mean, we act like, oh, if Hispanics weren't there, they would hire us. No, if Hispanics...
Do you hear this stupid punk idiot? You act like if the Hispanics there will hire us. Yeah, they would hire us because they don't have no other choice. If we're the people in the neighborhood that's working at the grocery stores, they're hiring the people in the neighborhood that work at those grocery stores. Yes, they will hire us. But if they can hire an illegal immigrant for less, you stupid punk, if they can hire them for less, they're going to not hire us. Do you understand that? Get rid of these Negroes in 2020. Stop, folks. Black people. Stop listening to these Negroes. You understand? I ain't telling you to vote for Republicans. Stop voting for these Democrats. Sit it out. Make them pay a price for not doing nothing for you. And my black woman, listen to this black sister. She checking these coon ass punks. Like, are you telling me that all this stuff that's coming in is not affecting the black employment? She had to come and check these coon punks. So my sisters, listen to this sister right here. Let's continue.
They still wouldn't hire you.
When we hear this argument,
the discrimination is real.
But when we hear this argument, as much as I know that Stephen Miller and Steve Bannon are weasels, and we know why they're pushing this argument, I never hear any factual proof that would indicate that they're wrong.
This has been studied forever.
You heard what she said. She never hear any factual proof that what they're saying. I told you from the beginning of this that what they were saying is correct. what they were saying. You don't have to like the Republicans. You don't have to like Steve Bannon or whoever the hell these people are. But what they said is correct. These people are going to come in and take the jobs that used to be your jobs, that your family can go to work and depend on and pay the bills with. They're not going to hire you no more with all these folks in your neighborhood. Sisters, black men are getting on point with not voting for these Democrats. Sisters, we need y'all to get on point too. Listen to this sister. I'm going to tell you, listen to her. She had to check these coon Negroes, the men, the black men. She had to check these coon-ass Negroes about their disgusting bullshit. Let's continue.
Economists have looked at this carefully, and you cannot detect the relationship. And again, because you have areas where there's been lots of migration, and you have areas where there's been very little migration, and you can't see a difference.
And then you have Washington, D.C., where it's very hard to find a black person cutting grass or doing construction.
Hold on one second. Bill, finish that point. I'm going to go to you, Gene.
Okay, but there are separate issues here. H-2B visas, which are used very often in the lawn care industry, that's not immigrant.
You hear the sister like, right? Now, we all as black people know. When we like, we already know the answer to the shit that he's saying. We know he talking some bullshit. We already know each other. We know how we get in. We know we like, right, yep, yeah, sure, nigga, yeah, right, yeah, you done saying this bull crap that I already know is bull crap? Yeah, continue.
That's a temporary work visa designed especially for employers. Just like the H-1B visa is designed especially for employers to make a distortion in the marketplace for wages and who will get hired.
Okay.
So at the beginning of this century, when we decided we were going to bring in hundreds of thousands of computer programmers, the share of all Americans who majored in computer science went down because they were responding to the fact that the wages of computer programmers stopped going up and employers preferred to use a...
They're not bringing in... These are the computer programmers that this stupid punk is talking about are very minuscule. That's not what they're bringing in. That's not what the rich people who want the labor, they're not bringing in computer programmers. They're bringing people for the low-end wage jobs. Don't let this stupid Negro fool you. He is just a buck-dancing punk. Let's continue.
Captive set of workers held under a temporary work visa. You have to differentiate between workers who are free to move about, and this is why DACA is so bad. Ending DACA is so bad. Because you remove...
Did you hear what he just said? This is why DACA is so bad. This is why ending DACA is so bad. See, the truth is DACA is bad for black people. He said the truth out loud. He had to correct himself. Like, DACA is bad. DACA is bad to end. You can't end DACA. I didn't mean DACA was bad. You can't end DACA. See, he said the truth out loud. Subconsciously. DACA is bad for black people. And this scumbag Peter Ballhead Negro knows that. Do you understand? Let's continue.
The mobility of these workers. As long as workers are free to move around,
Eugene,
it works.
Eugene, a couple points. Dr. Spriggs is absolutely correct. At least from the economists the reports that I've read that's come out of Cato, AEI, when you have immigration, when you have an inward flow of immigration, you get a boost in GDP, you get a boost in local economies, you get a boost in new businesses and new jobs being created. Secondly, for the local economy. A gentleman that starts business X, Y, and Z isn't just serving a particular ethnic group, it's going to serve the local economy.
Well, one thing that we have completely
glossed over is we need to talk about the difference between illegal and legal immigrants. That's the first thing. And now when you listen to what Sarah Huckabee said, she made a broad statement about there are 4.5 million Americans who are unemployed in the same age group.
Right.
And then she broke it down to 950,000 black people,
Right.
800,000 Hispanics. So it's not just that, for me, it's not just about the 950,000 black people, it's about the 4.5 million total Americans who are out of the workforce.
But see, for me, on the Black Network, on the Black Show, it's about the 950,000. Because see, on every other network, they ignore the 950,000 and focus on everybody else.
But
And
that 1 million black people is included in that.
No.
You see all these buck dancing Negro. This Negro went to everybody except for black people. Then Roland Martin tried to bring it on this show. I'm talking about the black people, but I'm talking in a way that I don't think these black people really saying what they saying. These black people are telling me that they are taking our jobs, and I don't even really believe it. But I'm about to tell you that we talking about the 405 black people and now the 4 million other people. These people are fucking crazy. These people are crazy. They are the worst. Please do not follow these people, black people. None of these people. The only person that had any sense is that sister right here. It's the sister. They had one sister on there. The only one who made any sense was the sister with the maroon on right here. She had to check these old buck dancing punks. And I bet you most of them are not even foundational black. They like foreign Negroes. They probably Haitian and Jamaican or whatever type of Negroes they is, who come in here and try to, or African or Nigerian, and come in here and try to undermine us. You see? The only sister who made any sense was her. Let's continue.
No. But the reason I wanted to, I said we were going to have this conversation, and because when this issue of illegal immigration or documented workers comes up, and again, when I had the radio show, if I got 10 callers, 9.5 were calling saying, send them back, they're taking our jobs. And so I said, no, we need to have a black conversation. Are the facts there to bear that out when people say, oh, okay, so all of a sudden, if you send DACA folks, if you repeal this, are black folks going to get those jobs? If other jobs?
Well,
that's why. One second. Bill, go ahead.
Further to the point, if you take what he is doing right now and freezing that consumer market, because if I don't know I'm going to get deported, I'm not buying cars, I'm not making investments. Yeah, those are jobs. You're taking money out of the economy. You're freezing the economy. So if you send them back home, it doesn't replace the demand for those workers. So it's not like, oh, I sent 800,000 people home. They have money. They contribute to the...
How do we know that?
We know that because we know areas where immigrants went and where they didn't go. It is not uniform. If you look at a map of the United States and look at where...
You're going to notice when she asked this question several times, like, how do we know this? What is the proof? Rewind this video back when you hear the black girl, rewind it to when she talk about, like, she starts off with there's never no proof of the nonsense that this peanut head Negro is talking about. There's never no proof of that. That's what she's saying. Let's continue.
Hispanic immigrants went, and you look at where black people live, they don't map one-on-one.
Okay, so here we go.
So that variation allows economists to see what happened to black people.
He has to be lying. He has to be completely lying. Where the immigrants went and where black people are at, it doesn't line up. Do you know that there's a record? And even if you're black, you know in your own neighborhoods who came into your neighborhoods. Where did they send them at? They didn't send all these immigrants that's coming from the Asians to the Latinos to all these other people. They ended up in your neighborhoods with their businesses. They started off in your neighborhoods. The white people didn't want them to come out there to the neighborhoods and start businesses and take their resources from their neighborhoods. They put them in our neighborhoods. So this idiot talking about some where they were placed at and where they was coincide where the black people was. The most of the immigrants landed in our neighborhoods. When you go to a store in your neighborhood, who the hell is it? Is it a black person that's running that store in your damn neighborhood? This punk. Let's continue.
People in economies where immigrants didn't go. And you know what? We still got unemployed because discrimination is real.
Hold tight. So no.
Discrimination is real. Shut up, punk. Yeah, discrimination is real. And the same system that discriminate against us against those jobs. See, you have to understand, the white supremacy has to fill those jobs regardless. But if they can fill them with someone else besides black people, they will. Or they can fill them with someone else they can pay less than black people, they will, you stupid punk. Do you understand? That's the same white supremacy system that's bringing in these people in the first place. And they telling us, like, yo, if y'all see what's going on in Chicago and New York, they setting these people up, giving them thousands of dollars a month. Imagine if you had those $1,000 a month to help you out as an American. Imagine if you got some of that money back from the taxes you pay to help you out while you're going through this hard time through the holidays. They're giving these people all type of money to come in here. And this punk got the nerve to say what he's saying. Let's continue.
Oh, it's good. I got to go to break. Here's what I want to do. All right, so since you teach at Howard, let me know Monday or Tuesday when we go to 2 hours. Okay, y'all, we go 2 hours beginning on Monday. So I want you to
All right. We're going to end that there. That's a good picture of a buck dancing punk too right here. You stuttering punk. For 2024, black people, we got to not allow these Negroes to fool you. Don't let them scare you about the Republicans come in power. It don't matter who in power. If they don't have a black plan, or if they don't have a plan for black people to actually help us out, it doesn't matter which one of them in power. But one party is allowing immigrants to come into your neighborhoods and replace you and take all your resources. If you don't believe what I'm saying, just go look what's going on in Chicago. Look up all the city hall meetings in Chicago. Look it up. Go on YouTube. And type in the city hall meetings that happen in Chicago and the black people in city hall meetings in Chicago. Type that up. That'll tell you what you need to know about what's going on and what they're going to try to do to other black cities. This is just a protocol. If you keep these people in power, they're going to continue this for a whole bunch of other black cities and replace you. This time, they're learning how to do it secretly now. They're going to do it a lot more secretly going forward. You understand? So, I'm not telling you to vote Republican. I'm telling you to stop voting for the Democrats who've been spitting in your face. Literally spitting in your face. Literally giving Asian hate crime bills to the people who are not even the most people who are hating on. We are. They deliberately left you out of that. Spit in your face. So if we're in, I'm going to talk to my black people. If we're in real life and somebody spit in your face, are you going to go support them with something? That's what the Democrats are doing, spitting in your face. And then you're going to go back and support them? Come on, folks, it's time to wake up. 2024, black people, we're going to start taking back political power. We already doing it. We're going to really go full force in 2024. We're going to take back our political power. Because there's a whole party that cannot stay in power without our vote. And they do nothing for us. We're either going to let your party crash or you're going to do something for us. It's going to be one or the other. And black people, we got to get on code. These other people get on code. I want you to understand something. The Asians got an Asian hate crime bill. They don't vote for the Democrats. They didn't even come out and vote like we voted. They didn't get what they needed with voting. So that comes back to the fact that we need to build our own economic hall in this country. We need to come together and build and start shopping with each other and building businesses. Because when you got an economics, it's harder for them to ignore you when you got economics. 2023, Happy New Year's to all of y'all, to all my people. Be one, and we out.